Alright, hello, and welcome back to Disco Elysium. I'm back from my trip. It's good to be back. When I last left off, I talked to this scientist lady in the church, and we found out there's a hole in the world. Stained glass window. In white, silver, and apricot faience. Whatever. The young mother of humanism stands above you. A crack runs across her body. She's impossibly tall, oval-faced and sad. A dark and radiant majesty. Encyclopedia. This is her innocence, Dolores Day. Cradled in her arms are a pair of glowing lungs, clearly visible from underneath her flowing dress. You should kneel. Kneel. No. Leave me alone, woman. Your knees touch the floor. The floorboards are hard and cold. There you kneel among the snowdrifts, diffuse light falling on you, on your hands from beyond the glass. Close your eyes first. Look up. The woman looks down at you kneeling. She towers among her followers, architects, laymen, courtiers. There is a sad smile on her lips and a glint in her green-blue eye. One of what? Compassion? Remorse? Conceptualization. She acknowledges the passing of someone who is still alive. Empathy. You. Half-light. No, she doesn't care about you. She only cares about her shiny sovereign orb and her silk robes and getting to the aerodrome on time. To leave. It's compassion. It's remorse. It's mourning. It's not possible to live. It's mourning. As that terrible word passes through your mind, the lieutenant draws an X-shaped cross from shoulder to shoulder. Do the same as you get up. Your fingertips touch your chest 4 times. Then, you rise from your knees into the apricot-colored light of the window. Above you, the woman still smiles, her distant smile, sundered by the crack in the glass. This is Dolores Day. Encyclopedia, 72%. How did I know this is the mother of humanism? Or visual calculus, 42%. Reconstruct the cracked glass. Turn away. This is Dolores Day.
The old woman in the village was right. This must be the Dolorian Church of Humanity in Martinez, or the small Pinewood Church in some records.
You knew of this place?
It's a minor landmark, not easy to find. Most maps misplace it. It was built not long after Ravachol's founding, 300 or so years ago, by first-generation settlers.
Encyclopedia. On the coast of an uninhabited archipelago, where only animals had roamed before, in the wild reeds. What else do you know? Okie dokie.
There used to be 7 stave churches on the coast. Les Sept Sœurs, they call them. The 7 Sisters. Only one remains. The rest were burnt in the Revolution or used for building materials. We should be respectful here, although the building appears to be deserted. I do not believe we'll find anything connected to the lynching here. Something else, perhaps?
He looks at the machinery laying around. Conceptualization. Respectful is the lieutenant, a follower of Doloreanism. Empathy. A pang of guilt. The lieutenant is leaving something out. Do you know why it was abandoned? Better not to intrude upon him.
I have a theory, yes. There was a police raid a while back. I heard the place was shot to pieces. The old woman in the village was being tactful with us when she didn't mention it. She has more respect for the RCM than many around here.
Who conducted this raid?
Well, your station was involved, I hear. Although I can't be sure.
Rhetoric. How come the lieutenant isn't sure? Is this confidential information? You're not sure.
3 precincts were involved in the raid, and people say Precinct 41 was one of them.
I don't remember being here. I look around. I guess I could have been here.
I'm sorry, I'm not saying you were. It was a clandestine operation. I don't know anything about it, why it was conducted or who participated. I try not to pry into extra-district matters.
If I were here, I should find out what I was doing. Better to forget about it.
Good luck. You will not get information on a confidential operation from your station secretary just by calling. If you really don't remember, it might be better to keep this one forgotten. It happened a while ago. It's unimportant to our business in Martinez now.
Kim, are you a follower of DeLoreanism?
Yes, we all are. Her name, body, and rule are synonymous with humanism. The laws we enforce are DeLorean in origin.
Stroke your chin first. I didn't think you were spiritual. I don't like her. She looks like a lever. So he projects his ex-wife's onto Dolores Day. So that's fun. Stroke your chin. The woman looks by in silence, smiling enigmatically. She looks like a lever.
I have no idea what you mean by that. We've been standing here long enough. We should look around, or get out.
Okay, make a save. Encyclopedia. How did I know this is the mother of humanism? Despite the damage you've done to yourself, the title appears lodged in your hippocampus. This is Her Innocence Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state. Perhaps the most famous human being ever to have lived. No amount of Commodore Red can wipe her sad smile from your brain thing. It has survived the deluge and haunts you still, and will haunt you forever, as it haunts all men. Wait, what exactly is an innocence? Okay. When did she rule? What else do I know about her? I want more. Was there something terrifying about her? To hell with this. The highest category of historic individual. An embodiment of the world spirit. A ruler? A tyrant? More. An innocence is elected to office by the founding party, a precedence that has taken place a mere 6 times in the entirety of history. The legal system of the Real Belt is built to accommodate innocent rule, should it coincide with our time. An innocence is infallible. The decisions made by one are not decisions, they are inevitabilities. What would have happened anyway? only accelerated, packed into decades instead of centuries. And innocence is a continuous, compressed event, a sacred human being. It is an honor and a glory to live when one is in office. Is one in office now? No, we are alone. Okay, when did she rule? 300 years ago, in the wake of the discovery of the Isola, the Encelindian, by explorers from the continent of Mundi. She is, among other things, the innocence of interstellary travel and the connected world. What else do I know about her? Many things. You know where she was a woman of the court. You know that she was a woman of the court, the wife of an influential marchese, and eventually the principal advisor to Irene la Navigator, Queen of Surinese, modern-day Sur la Cliff. Also, that she was gorgeous beyond beauty. Island Empire, draped in ancient sadness. Are you sure you want to remember this bit of historic trivia? Standing under her, a long, slender form like this, dwarfed. Where is this coming from? Right, better not go poking any further. Okay, what else? Was she smart? The past. It's a silo of sadness, fermenting. You should keep away. Conceptualization. No, you must know. Right. Better not go poking any further. Let me see. Try that again. Okay, what else? Was she smart? Encyclopedia. Terribly. Women of the court were expected to play both contract bridge and chess sufficiently. Well, to prove an interesting challenge to a man, a similar grasp in matters of philosophy, theology, and science was encouraged. She was, by all means, a kept woman. She made the most of her position in the antediluvian court, a court visited by the most prominent thinkers and artists of the day. In secret, she was becoming the era's preeminent philosopher of the state. A scalpel, a piercing gaze. She was an almost preternaturally magnetic and intelligent individual. To her contemporaries, she appeared out of time, a messenger from the future of the species. We all fell in love with her, head over heels, even before she was declared an innocence. Her influence was tremendous. How come? It was on her advice that Irene la Navigateur sponsored a number of voyages into the Pale, a costly, often tragic endeavor, ultimately vindicated by the discovery of the new world. The piece of reality you're standing on. She was crowned 2 years after the first expedition returned, setting in motion what is widely considered the greatest era in history, the DeLorean era. Wow! I don't care. Wow, indeed. When her innocence was declared, and the queen she had advised for years fell on her knees before her, she was so overcome with emotion that her lungs started glowing in her chest. Bystanders reported golden filaments, lightning. lighting the already sunlit chamber around her, clearly visible beneath her dress. Conceptualization. That is why the lungs are a symbol of love for the cultures of the Real Belt. I want more. As did we all, the lands of Mesk in the Occident, and even far-reaching Supera Mundi. Altogether, 21, and the 40 mondial nations of the time immediately accepted Innocent's rule, even before her crowning. In a city called Advesperisit in Vesper, Messenia, her homeland. The name of the city means evening comes, but it happened on a winter's morning, with the canals frozen and slush falling out of the sky. She was dressed in a white and pearl dress, on an emptied-out plaza, with the crowd far away. Already her Theriers, the secret servicemen of the Innocents, were worried about an assassination attempt. She must have been beautiful. I don't care how she looked. I don't care. It doesn't hurt me. Oh yes, she looked like humanity's young mother. A perfect mother. Insultingly beautiful. It was as if her face and shoulders and hands were covered in a soft down of underfeathers. You know this well, very well. Midwinter snow was beating the cobblestones around her. A small attaché of officials stood by as her Theriers placed a white gold wreath on her head. The crowning was mostly witnessed by secret servicemen. Then what? One of the men in the Secret Service killed her 22 years later. A young man who had come to suspect that Dolores Day was not entirely human, but something else. What? Something that had walked in our midst, watching us stumble for hundreds, if not thousands of years, until it decided to interfere in the course of our history. We were supposed to come up with this ourselves. The man was reported to have screamed at the Innocents. Dolores Day was shot in the chest with a flowing piece 8 times. The man, thought to be insane, said he once touched her, and her body had been unnaturally warm, like a furnace, and that sometimes, while on duty, he observed her forgetting to breathe for over 10 minutes. This inhuman quality was witnessed by many others as well. Glowing lungs and all. It is commonly attributed to mass hysteria and religious psychology. Was there something terrifying about her? Terrifying is a term too emotionally charged for your semantic memory, or what remains of it, but Island Empire. Terrifying. It's a simple word. She was bad for humanity, and you shouldn't have started thinking about her. You're right. Time to heed the warning. No. Was there something bad about her? I want to know. Encyclopedia. You already do. Although she is often considered to be the greatest human being to ever live, there was something ominous about Dolores Day. Constantly surrounded by her Theriers. She was the most socially secluded and least self-aware of all of the Innocents. Some modern thinkers would consider her a war criminal for the campaign she waged against the Mesk state. And then there were the resettlement programs. What happened? The Mesk state tried to detach itself from the Indocentic rule. Parts of the world were experiencing whiplash from the accelerating into secularism. Her mandatory education programs and mass resettlement of upstream Marguerite were problematic as well. Dissenters were suppressed by a military force she called the Army of Humanity. Rhetoric. Suggest those who fight against it are not part of humanity. Encyclopedia. She adored chess, but also military war games. Dolores Day holds a tiny tin soldier between her index finger and thumb. In icons such as this, she was also blonde, the blondest woman you've ever seen, with green eyes, the color of the Vicentic Mar Interrogum. Little is known of her Marchese husband, but it is as if he vanished from history after completing his role, which was to introduce Dolores Day to court. In conclusion, yes, there is something lonely, paranoid, and even terrifying that people seldom mention, but feel when they think of her. This subtle terror is part of her iconography.
Lieutenant Yefrater, you've stood there for over 5 minutes.
The lieutenant's calm voice echoes in the cold air of the church.
What are you thinking of, if I may ask?
She's somehow connected to the case. Glowing lungs. That's fucked up. Why did we tolerate this bourgeois woman that long before we shot her? Nothing. Just looking around. Just standing around. She's beautiful. She's not human. War criminal. Glowing lungs.
Yes, glowing lungs are quite unusual. After that one time, they have not been reported to glow.
He takes his glasses off to clean them.
You know, this church, the coast, we shouldn't linger. Finish what you came here to do and let's move on. This isn't a good place to get lost in.
Okay. Another. Save and try to get this. Visual calculus. Check. Actually, let's see what it says. Visual calculus. The shards glimmer in the dark. You see little pearls of light on the edges of the crack that splits the female figure. Something is written there. Remains of broken letters. Find the emulsion. What it said you don't know. Oh, hello there, Vio. Oh, it was something. It's family. It was awful. Anyway, how are you doing? Visual calculus. A jigsaw of broken shards falls into place in front of you. A ghostly reconstruction of the stained glass window. Before it was shattered, there was an older woman beneath the younger one. And a text, leitmotiv, before them both. Yeah, I'm doing okay, I guess. Oh, you are? Well, I hope they get everything in order for you. What shattered this mosaic? Who is this older woman? My motto. What does it say? Step back. Motto. Below both women, in luminous black letter, Esprit la vie morte après de la vie de nouveau. And then along the left side is blah 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 blah. There. The encyclopedia coming in clutch to tell me what it actually says. After life, death. After death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This is the great leitmotif of humanism. A summary of the effect of the discovery of this isola, the Insulindian, on human thinking, a tremendous sea change akin to finding life after death. What shattered this mosaic? Unknown. Logic. Something during the raid the lieutenant mentioned, or just hooligans looking for something to break. My car. If only. Oh, so the story after you. I continued a bit after you. After you'd left last time, we found out that we talked to this scientist woman, and it turns out there's a 2mm hole in the world. As in, just a void of nothingness. And it's at the top of this church, in the rafters, somewhere. And it's causing some kind of spatial distortion. And it caused a big data loss in computers and stuff. And that's why there's no sound when you walk into the middle of the church. Who is this older woman? The Eshion on her throne says Irene the Navigator. She is depicted as an older woman, wearing thick-rimmed eyeglasses, holding a golden reshtif, oh my god, these names, in one hand and a scepter in the other. This is the Queen of her Innocence Day. Advised, above, she herself is whole. Small figures of wise men, common men, worshippers, walk up the stairs to stand at her feet. Secret Service men, Theriers, stand in a row guarding her. It must have taken years to produce this work in all its dizzying detail. Kuno would throw rocks in the hole. That's like he threw at the dead body. Lieutenant, this used to say afterlife, death, after...
Death, life again. After the world, the pale. After the pale, the world again. This exaltation is common in Dolorian sacralism. In the early years, it was even incorporated as the RCM slogan. No more, however.
Why? What is the RCM motto now?
Justice, union, prudence, and force.
Cool. Not very feminine. I like the other one better. I like this. Puts the fear of God back in the... Cool.
Ice cool.
Reminds me of my family. Turn away, leave. The mother of humanism towers above you. A wax painting on a cracked pane of glass. Nothing has changed in her expression. Shivers. winter, slow to let go of Revachol, flicks some more wet snow from above. Look around you, shake the shivers off. Yeah, my my whole family's crazy. It's yeah. Yeah, I spent the whole last few days with them. It was something. They were you start to hear I know Twitter is like it's like a shithole, and you hear all kinds of wild conspiracy theories. But then you see, the average American, like in real life, and their brains are just melted by, like, Facebook and Fox News. They think the Canadian wildfires are a hoax because Canada is too cold to burn. And that the Chinese have a giant space laser that are using it to cause forest fires in America. Those are the real ones. That's what caused the Hawaiian wildfire. I can't make that up. The snow falls lazily, making the beach sand paler still, mixing with the rust-colored sewage runoff. It's been a cold year. All things waiting for spring will have to wait a bit longer. What am I doing? Shivers looking up at the sky, melted snow dripping from your hair. What do I see? The sky is full of great battleships. White clouds collide with one another, and the world is drenched with their debris. How does it feel? The melting snow seeps through your thin clothes. Grandmothers don't let their grandchildren out dressed in such light clothes in this weather. You look around. What's in the west? Yeah, that's what all the chemicals in the river will do. Yeah, finally, just let the Skynet wipe out humanity. We need it. More winding coast lined with abandoned buildings, crumbling piers, salt water lapping at the dark piles. Gray and red, forgotten city blocks. What remains of the pre-revolutionary effort to gentrify the coast. And beyond that, the waters turn black. Coal City in the shadow of Saint Martin. A boom town. Back when coal extracted from countless shafts near the city was needed to power Revachol. No more. The coal was supplanted by petroleum from the ocean floor and hydropower from the Esperance. Everything crumbled. These days, only the weakest remain in Coal City. Their hopes of getting rich linger in the distant shafts under their feet. What is there? Below the old mines, Les Assures Municipales, Revachol's underground cemetery. Les Petits Rats brave the underground passageways, trying to get to Les Royaumes, Leroyanum. Oh my god, these names. I'm not. Shivers. Children under 14. They go underground looking for artifacts to sell to foreign museums and are fabled relics. Their parents let them. They go deeper. Deeper? Wipe the snow from your shoulder. After rubies, malachite, lapis lazuli plundered from Sefer and Seol during the time of the suzerain. In the burial chambers of the kings, Grand Old Philippe, Guillaume II, and even the mausoleum of Philippe the Opulent. 2 kilometers underground, in a winding shaft along those walls, mirrors have been placed so that daylight may eternally fall upon the richest of all kings. The mausoleum contains untold quantities of gold, and that special, purest of the pure, magenta cocaine flavored by Revacholian royalty. Electrochemistry. Did somebody say untold quantities of cocaine? Drop everything and immediately go looking for this hoard. Logic. How can it be pure if it's magenta? Deeper. How can it be pure? Snow falls, and there's no answer. Some things are not for mortals to know. Hello there, Faye. How are you doing? Going to get that cocaine. We've turned into Nathan Drake, but instead of treasures, we're going underground to look for cocaine. Well, that's good to hear. Few piteous rats return from the shafts, and even fewer find out why they're looking for. Find what they're looking for. A small child steps out of a black tunnel with silver trinkets in her pockets. All around her, white snow on the extinguished coke furnaces, and on the weather-worn shacks, where fathers beat their sons after drinking. The snow melts on your fingers, turning to water. And in the east? The canal. You crossed to get here, and beyond it, Martinez proper. The district the police forgot to police. There is laughter, lights, attempts at entrepreneurial activity, cynicism. Someone is scraping snow off of their windshield. At the roundabout, in the midst of which a statue of Philippe III serves as a destination for grade school field trips and a fine perch for winter birds. That's all? And further? A fenced-off yard. There's a truck belonging to a logistics company parked next to the gate. Bright light from the building behind the fence reflects off its hood. Conceptualization. Clean white light coming from the windows of a clean cube-shaped office building hidden amidst ruins. A secret. What's in the north? The abandoned church. Its walls covered with hoarfrost snow. One of the Les Sept Sœurs, the other 6 sisters, were destroyed during the Revolution. And further north? A serpentine strip of land, weaving its way into the Martinez Inlet. Unfortunates on the run. From the law, from themselves. Sometimes hide out on nearby islets. Little dots in the ocean that are occasionally submerged when the tide is high and the weather foul. And on the islets? on the other side of the inlet. The remains of a camp on a jagged piece of rock, a tent, old dishes and cutlery, long since abandoned. A hermit crab scuttles along the debris, looking for a new shell. Further out, the lights burn bright on Resurrection. Way beyond Martinez, a popular spa destination for ample-bodied ozone kids with equally ample pockets. What's on the other side? Then there's Ozone, but the snow falls too thick. You cannot see that far. Before the curtains are drawn, the Bay of Revachol, vastness, great depth, over 1,200 meters at its deepest. Water, air brinier than here. It is crisscrossed by huge cargo ships bearing company logos, Wild Pines, Zam, Mjoren. And at the farthest reaches of the Bay of Revachol, the shadow of coalition warships Archer on perpetual patrol duty, ready to unleash artillery fire if you were to rise up against the market. You shudder. In the south, the raised motorway, 881, separating Martinez from Jamrock. Vehicles whoosh past one another day and night, while those who reside in the labyrinthian alleyways beneath the motorway attempt to carry on with their lives in the snow and the slush. The south of the 881 is the Pox. The Pox was once a park, a place for reflection and recuperation for the patients of the old military hospital. In the 20s, it was used as a quarantine center during a measles outbreak that killed many children. Most everyone has avoided the hospital and surrounding park ever since. The Pox is completely wild now, evergreen thickets covered in snow and industrial dust. Feral dogs and even wolves roaming in packs. The police try to keep the deepest corners cordoned off. But still, heavy drug users do slip through the hole up in the old military hospital, hoping to find something to get high on among the hastily abandoned supplies, or just to overdose in peace. Further south, a line of motor garages with armored carapaces hunched in the cold. A mechanic is hard at work, patching up bullet holes in the side of a Caprice 40. These are the garages of Precinct 41. Snow settles on the roof of the repurposed silk mill that serves as your station. Shivering RCM personnel hurry in and out of the main entrance. Around you, the snow continues to fall. To the west, the ocean swells. No, it was home. I want more. Look around. The stairs descend to central Jamrock. A man named Cooklove has a snow-covered stall there. In the market across the bridge, he sells kebab infested by the larvae of your colleagues, who believe eating it will make them immune to food poisoning. Snow falls on the utility district, the library, the florist, the Samazarian restaurant that offers homemade wine, and also on the brothels and drug dens and the chop shops of the Zemliki. All of this built around a lake that formed in a meteorite strike. At the center of this lake, there is a little ship. There are lights at the bottom of its hull. They are lights directed towards the seafloor, looking for something. Like whiskers. For what? A chill comes over you, crawling down your back. The sand under your feet is wet. Somewhere in the south, tarpaulin flap in the wind. What's above? Coalition aerostatics hang like apparitions under the cloud cover. Occasionally, lights flash as they maneuver through the falling snow. I know, it's quite beautiful, isn't it? We all know that feeling, but it's hard to put into words. And what's below me? Layers upon layers of sand, poisoned with industrial runoff. The storm drainings, hidden bunkers, rats scuttle. Tell me a secret of the sands, wind. No need for more secrets. Someone's stuffed a big old polar anrock into the concrete pipe under the boardwalk. It would keep you warm. You will probably never happen across it, but who knows? Stop your feet for warmth, brushing off the snow. Finish thought.
We should keep moving. Who knows when the snow will let up.
Well, I can head back to the... what's it called? The whirling. Relax, it's not yours. You didn't crash every MC in Revachol, hopefully. Looking back at you from the rust-colored water, you...
Can I help you?
Guard, I found a new bird for the whirling. Give him the ruffled grouse.
What is this thing?
The man takes the stuffed bird. It's no biggie. I just thought it would look nice on the wall. I'm that kind of cop. I wanted to apologize for breaking the great skua by bringing you this ruffled grouse.
What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is actually a nice bird. A competent piece of taxidermy. I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess. So, I don't know. Thank you. I'm gonna go with thank you.
Empathy. People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He likes it. He likes the bird. It solves his broken bird problem. Endurance. This was mostly about the fucking cardio. Massive cardio here. You'll live till 90. Or you'll get a heart attack from running.
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuffed animals.
Rhetoric. It's not actually about that, but he liked it. Let me save again.
Hey, was there something you needed?
Suggestion. Well. Bringing him that new bird made sure a difference in his attitude. Gart. I need to sing karaoke. Now.
No, you don't. It's not happening.
Composure. He tries not to look at you. It's dangerous to acknowledge the karaoke man. Rhetoric. You need to approach this situation logically. Ask him why he has the PA system installed, if you can't use it. Yeah, but look him in the eye. Johnny Law is about to tear it up, sad style. What do you even have this PA system for if no one's gonna use it? It's part of my quest of self-discovery. Help me. This is my way of apologizing for the trouble I've caused. Please, let me say I'm sorry. You're right, it's not the right time. How do you have the PA system?
It's for no one. It's a prop. I'm not letting anyone use it after the great karaoke catastrophe of 44.
What happened in 44? It's not a prop. It's for your clients. I know it's used. When was the last time you had a band play here?
A lot of people got killed because some arsehole wanted to sing karaoke.
It's not a prop. It's used for clients.
Okay, yes, it's for some clients.
He admits reluctantly. I'm a real client. I paid my bills, and I have the right to use the karaoke machine. Okay, fuck me then. Just fuck me.
Ha! Well, we don't have any tapes. They all got stolen.
That's alright. I have my own song with me. Give him the tape for Smallest Church in Sansonnet. The man in the vest and the violet shirt stares at the tape like you've just given him. He begins to frown hard. Authority. This is the look of a man who's defeated. He knows he's out of excuses.
Fine. Climb on that stage and do your thing. Just get out of my hair. I'll plug it in for you. Damn this karaoke machine.
Perception hearing. I'm having it uninstalled, he mumbles to himself. Here we go. Island Empire, oh yeah, time to do the damage. This feels right. You belong here. Karaoke stand. The stage is all set up for your performance. Feels silent. You can hear the pallets crack under your feet. Savoir-faire. You feel a little dizzy, little unsteady, suddenly.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Look, Kim, I'm gonna sing karaoke. Put your lips against the microphone. Test it. Look around the room first. Drama. I'm ready, Gart. Hit play.
I can see that.
Kiss the mic. Put your lips against the mic. Test it. Immediately, a loud feedback noise startles the room. You feel like an amateur. How are you supposed to hold the mic? Should you just sing into it? Where should you stand? Interfacing. Hands. Where do you put your hands? Endurance. Does someone feel like throwing up? I do. A little. Look around the room first. It keeps getting lower because he keeps getting more nervous. The bar is full of buzzing with chatter. No one is paying any attention to you, but still, you feel your knees turn to noodles. Okay, now a couple is looking at you. Even worse. If only Contact Mike was here, he would know what to do. You're sweating. Island Empire. They're going to hate you. Trauma 8%. The hand, -1 the hand conundrum. -1 too close to the mic. Get ready, Gart. Hit play. Fail. The air is thick with anticipation. Someone dims the lights as the music starts. A lump in your throat suddenly...
I would often go there to the tiny church there, the smallest church in Sansan, though it once was larger. How the real may rest there, down through the mist there, towards the Seven Sisters, towards those pale cliffs there. I would often stay there in the tiny yard there. I have been so glad here, looking forward to the past here. But now you're all alone. None of this matters.
Task completed. Sing karaoke. Yes, quite experimental. Limbic system. I would often go there. To the it's the whole lyrics to the song. Apparently, this is actually a real song, and they changed a couple of the lyrics to fit in with this universe. But that was that's the golf clap. Do you hear that? It's the most pathetic applause in the world, Harry. Made of pity. No one liked you. Say, you didn't like it, huh? I'm up here singing my fucking heart out, and it's not good enough for you fuckers? Fuck you. I give it my fucking best. I gave you everything, and you shit on me. You hear, or think you hear, uncomfortable shifting around. A bit of laughter, maybe. No one is saying anything.
I'm gonna unplug the mic now, okay?
You don't know what good singing is. This is real singing. I sang about real stuff. Fuck you. I give it my fucking best. I gave it everything and you shit on me. Someone walks out of the room by the front door. Some woman. Is it because of you? Didn't know I sing about real stuff. I sing about how I feel. Fuck you all, scum. Just stand there.
That's it. I'm unplugging it.
He presses stop on the tape carousel. You hear a little whine of feedback, and then the mic dies in your hand. Interfacing. That's it. You're unpowered.
Let's go, officer. These people wouldn't know a good performance if it beat them in the ass.
You liked it? Put down the mic.
Detective Dubois, it was downright tragic. Now, let's go.
Esprit de corps. I mean it, he thinks. Conceptualization. To him, being a cop in the RCM was truly expressed in that performance. Put the mic down. Electrochemistry. You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, smoke the living shit out of it. The what now? Am I a smoker? Nah. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes. Am I a smoker? Who knows what you are? A monster? A murderer? The gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub. It's still smoldering deliciously. It's not... This game is a little too descriptive sometimes. But she broke it at the filter. I can't smoke that. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then, smoke them all. Volition. Or, you could not do that. No one is making you. Yeah, I should do that. I should enthusiastically do that. I should not do that. I'll make it priority one. I'll think about it. Good. Thinking about yummy cigarettes in your mouth is the next best thing. Make sure you think about juicy sticks of tobacco all the time, though. It doesn't count if it's not all the time. And when you're done thinking about them, graduate to getting them. Let's see, new task, find smokes and smoke them. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses. Oh wait, can I not? Oh, maybe I can't go to bed yet. What time is it? 22? I think it's in a little bit. Oh. There you go. What? Why did it... It says, it blocked out the word lick. I don't know why. I had to let the auto mod approve the word lick. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to pay for the room. That might
Wow.
that might help. That's
Just wow. I hope you really enjoyed yourself up there. Had a cathartic experience. Because for the rest of us, that really sucked.
Logic. It's safe to say this about your karaoke performance. Fuck you, I have a vast soul, and she will always come back to it. Yeah, I sucked up there, I'm sorry. I don't understand my performance. Oh, you don't understand my performance. Those high notes, I purposely shredded them to convey a strained, worn-out sadness. Forget about that.
I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now, what did you want?
About my bill for tonight.
Got the 20 real?
Yeah.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Half-light. How could anyone forget, asshole? See you in the morning. Oh yeah, I wonder if I can... A mirror. Let's see. Oh, it's locked. I need a electrochemistry for that. Okay. The bed is still cold from the broken window, and not too inviting. But it's yours. You've earned it. Go to sleep. It's not easy, but your bones are so tired from what feels like weeks of work on this case. You have to try. After what feels like hours, you feel you might be sleeping. Ancient reptilian brain. Thoughts, baby. A million little lights in the dark. You're one fine instrument, brother. All those faces and all those names. All that laughter and screaming and scheming around. Every corner and every street. The limbic system, recorded in you forever on faro tape. Spinning in eternity, spinning on empty, spinning, spinning. Tell me, am I dreaming? Ancient reptilian brain. On and on it goes. For untold hours, at the disco, where you first asked her to dance, rising, rising, above the dark curvature, the great wingspan of sleep, studded with stars. Behold, there are millions of them down there. The first time, the last time, the smoke in her mouth, the potted flowers, the faces turning, changing. What is it? It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. Every day. You're out there. You made more of yourself from it. I'm afraid you can't be unmade now. You can never forget this shit. The colors, the voices, the rain, the snow. I don't want to. It's beautiful. The endless visions. Erase them. Limbic system. It's not possible anymore. It's stuck on loop. Whirling. Spitting out words and images. Ancient reptilian brain. You're the son of the world again, Harrister. A ceaseless agent picking up litter and old newspapers, collecting your little bubblegum wrappers and idiotic picture postcards. Meaningless, meaningless keepsakes. Limbic. Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you? The endless names of the world. An address book, you are. the map of a city. That's right, I am an agent of the world. But what if I want to be the agent of nothing? It's too late. You're not made of nothing anymore. You're something new, Harry. I tried to drown you in the black water, but you re-emerged, kicking and screaming, running. And for what? Rhetoric. For the working class. Limbic system. Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks, crossing names off your lists, trying to become some sort of world detector. It won't make it okay. It won't put smoke back in our mouth. I'm building communism for all. This time, we won't fail. Forget politics. I'll never sleep if I keep on like this. I'm building once and for all. This time it won't fail. There he goes again. He's a real political animal, our Harry. He still doesn't see that it's the world that's changing him. He's got no idea what he's in for. Why? Feel the pillow under your cheek. 'Cause only love can break your heart. Feel the pillow. Beep, beep, beep. The alarm is ringing, Harry. The disco circus goes on and on. You barely slept 3 hours last night. Volition. You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. Shivers. Do it for the wind. Logic. Do it for the picture puzzle. Put it all together. Solve the world. Oh, one conversation at a time. Open your eyes. Rhetoric, rise and shine, comrade. It's time to get to work. What's going on? Despite all the thinking you've been doing, only 0.0001% of communism has been built. It's too great a task to undertake alone. You're going to have to get organized. Endurance. Godly failure. Uh-oh. Organization hasn't exactly been a strong suit, historically speaking. Does this mean I need to clean up my hostel room? I'm ready. Let's get to it. Not really. Your level of personal upkeep is irrelevant. All that matters is your commitment to building the world republic. I did roll a nat 1 on building. Oh, wow. You must seek out your revolutionary brothers and sisters. Find out how much communism they've built. Then together, maybe you'll be able to build as much as 0.0002% of communism. But it won't be easy. Decades of persecution by coalition authorities have driven the remaining communists of Martinez underground. Island Empire. They live underground. These communists aren't men. They're mole people. I don't know if I want to go searching for mole people. But I'm part of the coalition authorities. Have I been persecuting communists this whole time? That's way more than I thought we had. Will they help me fire up Mazovian a socialist sausage grinder? How am I supposed to find them if they're hiding? Proceed. I don't want to search for mole people. Rhetoric. They're not mole people. They're your comrades in the eternal class struggle. It's your task to find and join them. Have I been persecuting communists? Possibly. If you have been, it's only because you're a double agent, acting in furtherance of your long-term objectives. Logic, listen to this. Do you really think you're the kind of person an underground communist cell would entrust with a mission that requires such discretion? Maybe? Probably not. Regardless, what's past is past. You need to look forward to the work of building communism for all. Will they help me fire up the Mazovian socialist sausage grinder? Just between us, you may want to lay off this grind up the bourgeoisie stuff. It's a bit off-putting, even to fellow communists. How am I supposed to find them? Let your nose guide you, detective. My nose? You must mean my nose, as in my huge and highly functioning brain. No, we meant your nose, as in the swollen muck detector in the center of your face. It just happens to be perfectly calibrated for sensing communists. Let's sausage. I watched some of his videos over the weekend. They were pretty good. Perception smell. We really have no idea what they're talking about. There's no linkage between ideology and olfaction. What does communism smell like? Okay, I'm ready. This sounds unfathomably stupid. I want no part of it. What does communism smell like? Failure. There's so much failure in my life already. I don't know if I can take any more. Okay, but what does failure smell like? It's a smell you know all too well. Simultaneously repulsive and yet darkly appealing. Musty with a sharp tang, but also a remnant of lost sweetness. Like a rotting mango that's been swaddled in a coat from your grandfather's attic. The Play-Doh one, yeah. Now the best one was the the sock one that broke his measuring cup. It's the taste of sweat sock and broken glass. That's the... What you're smelling is your own body odor, of course, and nothing a shower and a change of clothes couldn't fix. Rhetoric. People sometimes complain that there's no real communists left in Martinez, but you can smell their presence. They're out there, waiting for you to join them. Encyclopedia. Incidentally, during the waning days of the anti-centennial revolution, a number of Revacholian communards constructed elaborate hideouts in abandoned root cellars, hollowed out tree trunks, and even residential sewage tanks. This latter phenomenon gave rise to the early anti-communist slogan, "The future's bright when you flush out the white." Okay, I'm ready. Let's get organized. First, you'll have to locate the remaining communists in Martinez. When you get near to someone with revolutionary potential, your nose will give you a signal to establish contact. Perception smell, again. No, it won't. Any olfactory response you perceive will be strictly psychosomatic. Logic. Judging from the burst of Krasmazov and other revolutionary paraphernalia you've discovered, it seems that the Capeside Apartments may be a hotbed of communist activity. Authority. You should begin by interrogating those lawless malcontents at the Dockworkers Union. They're an obvious place to start. Hang on. What will I do once I establish contact with my fellow communists? Roll up your sleeves. All right, let's get to it. Accept task. On second thought, I have better things to do. Refuse. What will I do? You'll discuss the monumental world historical task that lies before you. You'll engage in rigorous and spirited debates about Mazovian theory and practice. But mostly, you'll probably complain about other communists. Too real. Isn't the last part kind of counterproductive? Not at all. Complaining about other communists is one of the most important parts of being a communist. True. Alright, let's get to it. Get yourself organized. Here we go. Wake up, brave worker, 'tis no time for bed. Fight till there's no slaves below, and no masters overhead. Oh, can I interact with Kim's door? No. Okay. Good morning, Kim.
Oh, hello, dear.
Do you have anything to
There
say?
you are again.
No. Rhetoric, wait. No, something about this bunch doesn't smell right. What do you mean? Aren't they Everett's guys? They are, but they don't seem too keen to talk with you, do they? No, they don't. Glenn seems to be contemplating grievous bodily harm while he massages his raw knuckles. Have you read Kropotkin? Oh, Mr. Britt. There you go. In the far back, Eugene is doing his best to ignore you. Meanwhile, Fat Angus keeps shooting you furtive glances and mumbling uneasily to himself. Titus Hardy. And far from his perch at the end of the table, Titus Hardy himself stares at you with a cold contempt that makes you want to leave this cafeteria straight away. Rhetoric. Besides, you're pretty sure they consider themselves social democrats. Alright, I guess I'll look elsewhere then.
Hi again, Gendarme.
Okay, that requires composure. I don't think I have any points. No, I don't. Also, I don't think it gave me the... maybe I get that later. There's one of these that, for the communist thing, it unlocks one of the thoughts. It's one of these. There's quite a lot of thoughts. I'm missing like half of them. But most of them are, like, faction-specific. So I won't be able to... you can't get all of them, because you have to side with somebody.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
says the young man with his F word written on his back.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wearing a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Who are you? We don't have time for this, let's go.
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Rhetoric. Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs. Who are the skulls? Do you know anything about the murder that took place here? Point to the yard. Do you guys know Cindy the Skull? What's with your jackets?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
Rhetoric. It's not a question. Don't get into it. I'm so glad you asked. Of course I do. I'm just testing you. No, I really don't.
The question was rhetorical. The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertene.
Encyclopedia. Besmertene, or the Besmerti. The Immortals are West Rivashulian crime syndicates.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Guys, he does the voice I do when I'm doing the anime protagonist voice. Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi. It's the non-verbal.
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
Composure. The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around their brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
Ah, I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
No, they really, really aren't. It's porno tuning. Say no to the porno.
Do you know anything about the murder?
Murder?
Man was hanged in the backyard of the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else? Don't fuck around. I am the law.
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Encyclopedia. This sounds like epistemology. A field is occupied by thought that begins to question thought itself. I know that you don't know shit. I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer.
Exactly. How can one know shit? For example, how can one be sure that there truly is a body hanging behind a hostel?
What if it's art? Or just a mere specter?
This could be the case, yes, a brilliant work of art. It's not. A man is dead and we need answers. The lieutenant raises an eyebrow, but does not comment. Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
The young man's eyes glaze over. His voice fills with longing.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting. Rhetoric. For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Esprit de corps. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient towards them. I see you kids are into adionic dance music. Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez? Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the skulls or not? Enough about this scullery then.
Oh man, yeah. We're not fucking kids, man.
Be wary of the abyss.
His blonde friend adds ominously and points to this temple. Why?
Probably because of how non-verbal their mode of operation is going to be. It's a threat.
A threat. Good. I like those. Don't fuck with me, boys. I'm one of the bad cops. I just wanted to talk about music, and now there's a conflict all of a sudden. It's too much. Nervously shake your head. Good. I like those.
But I don't. In fact, I dislike them so much I'm willing to drag you boys back to the station just to calm myself down.
Hey, there's no need for that. We're just talking here. Joking too. Stay light, man.
Yeah. Didn't you cops, like, have some questions about skulls or some shit?
Why are there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned. That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
Esprit de corps, apart from the Union themselves, of course.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Yeah, we are.
The young men exchange approving nods. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
But in a non-threatening and definitely legal way.
He quickly adds and whispers something to his friend. Perception hearing. We'll fuck the system from the inside later. Just be cool now. The damage will be tenfold.
Right on, fuck. So what's happening now?
Enough about this scullery.
Mm-hmm.
What's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket say piss written on it? Turn to the dark-haired youth. Why does yours say fuck the world written on your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
Drama. I'm wondering if the poetics come with the jacket, or if they're derived from something else entirely.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though...
Blow it up? That's a terrible metaphor.
You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Ah yes, the void. The void of sea. Why does your jacket say piss on it?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss. The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences. Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
What? Makes sense.
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Only the spirit of pissing. There we go. Encyclopedia. It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least one field, even if it's rather narrow. Savoir-faire. Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops? Hey Kim, lower your voice. Definitely a coincidence.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence? What do you think about their jackets?
What is?
There are two of us and two of these jackets.
What are you implying?
Which one would you wear? You know what I'm implying. We should get these jackets.
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more of a piss or a fuck the world kind of guy?
Neither.
Come on, Kim. It's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think piss is the stronger of the two statements.
No way, if anything, the piss is in this, I'm the piss in this scenario. That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
Conceptualization. That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
I want the jackets.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it
Let's
is.
see. Ask for the
Shrunken cockhead
jackets
material.
yourself, for yourself and the lieutenant. 72% +1. Demonstrated authority. +2. They're just off-brand skulls. Success. Half-light. No, no, no. Don't ask anything. Be subtle and scary. The boys dream about being skulls. Use that. Wait, how? The boys with those jackets. You're gonna be the Skulls Kings in no time. Suggest their massive skulls. Come on.
What? No. Skulls don't have kings. I think. And we're not even in yet.
Yeah, man, keep your voice down. Skulls don't take it lightly when folks pretend to be them. We're not even prospects yet.
Rhetoric. Prospect must be a hierarchical term. Probably the lower end. Raise your voice. Not even prospects, and already aspiring to be kings.
Wow, you boys are ambitious. Only prospects and already planning a coup in the skulls. You're destined to go far.
Half-light. He gets it. Passive-aggressive flattery.
Shut the fuck up. Are you trying to get us killed?
The youth presses through his clenched teeth. There's panic in his eyes. Half-light. Now, bring it to the jackets and, yes, start shouting. Yes, we want to be a cool killer skulls too, like you guys. But we don't have skull jackets. Wow, I didn't realize it's that serious. Let's forget about this.
be quiet. What? What do you want? The jackets?
Empathy. You got it. No need for cruelty. Skull King, make shrunken heads out of us. You offer us your jackets like that. It'd be impolite to refuse. Reach out your hand. Lower your voice. Yes, the jackets.
Oh, man. Okay, I get it. Skulls don't really wear slogans anyway. This was stupid.
Fuck.
Esprit de corps. The lieutenant watches the boys take their jackets off with mild amusement. Turn to Kim. Since you said you're more of a piss kind of guy, I'll take the other one. Turn to Kim. I know you said you're more of a... Yeah, then. It's just which jacket do you want? I'll take the other one.
I'm absolutely okay with not having either one, thank you.
Why not? They're a pair. We could really raise hell. Be undercover. Hard. But don't you want to express your individuality?
This case doesn't require us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jackets will be useful at all. I just wanted them to not have them anymore.
Cold-hearted cop.
Well, whatever, I'll take both of them. Still, it's good to know we have a pair, in case the need arises.
The need will not arise.
Conceptualization. Pity. The jackets are meant to complete each other. If a man were standing alone on the street corner with piss written on his back, it'd just be an individual that has taken a liking to urine. And fuck the world, all on its own, is frankly generic.
I don't know, Eric. It's cold out.
The dark-haired young man just stands there, defeated. The wind blows.
Yeah, let's get out of here. The cops fucked us.
End. There. We got the leather jacket, piss, +1 drama, no fucks given, -1 authority. Wait, I'm a detective? It's, yeah. A leather jacket that's quite recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge on the human condition. It has his name, Norm de Gure, written on the back. It's quite a statement. A leather jacket, fuck the world. +1 half-light. A darkening world. -1 rhetoric. Inelegant statement. Leather jacket is quite it's the same. Same text. Oh wait, no, it's not. Leather jacket that quite recently belonged to a hoodlum who understood love for what it really is. It has a hoodlum's nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Fuck the world. Piss. Where's the jacket I was wearing? Where's the... Oh, there it is. Okay, back across the river. For day 4. Bottom noises. That is a good one. Oh, the thought went away. Oh, there it is. Inside, you hear the cozy sound of some kind of heater sputtering. Oh yeah, I need to get the signatures. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. I'm gonna go grab a drink real quick. Okay. I need to acquire
Waves are beginning to die down.
2 signatures
Those little
here.
bastards.
Rhetoric, why does she care about the waves so much? What is it with you and those waves? Never mind the waves, just stay back.
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them, fishing, making a living. So I asked them to accommodate me. But until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer?
She adds with a smile. I'm looking for some... Oh yeah, let's see. I was asked to get your signature, let's see. That's my motor carriage by the sea. Point to the sunken vehicle.
Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea?
I wasn't feeling it. It was an accident. I'm sorry. I got drunk and apparently drove it into the sea. An official investigation has been launched by me to determine just that, ma'am. I don't know.
This calls for a funeral, if you ask me.
You are suggesting we honor the carcass of my former motor carriage. No, that's senseless sentimentality. Inanimate objects don't have souls. I'm actually in the middle of a murder investigation right now.
Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all?
I don't think they have funerals for motor carriages. That's an odd thought. Maybe I should. I don't want a funeral. I hate death.
Why odd? Our things are a part of our life world. They're made with our human sweat and they share human history. We should care about them as we care about humans. To some extent, at least.
Conceptualization. Life world? Somebody's been reading up on last century Gothenwald philosophers. Play it cool now. Alright, I'm in. But organizing a funeral takes a lot of time and effort, doesn't it? I don't get attached, definitely not to things.
Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. And where are you going to bury it? Who to invite? What music to play at the wake? Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care of it.
That's all we have time for right now anyway. Come back here in June and see how you feel about it then. It's not like it's going anywhere.
It's a pity we don't get to do more frivolous side activities, like rejuvenate the doomed commercial area, or let's focus on things we can actually do. Alright?
Yes, that is a pity. But for now, let's focus on the things we do get to do. Like the murder investigation, for example?
Empathy. He liked the caprice funeral idea. Oh yeah, that's that's to ask her out on a date. That's 3%. Wow, it's just like real life.
The waves are beginning to die down.
Okay.
Those little bastards.
Everett's envelope.
Where are you? This says by signing, I agree to living with construction noise. What exactly is the Union building?
Everett's planning to turn some of the village into a youth center.
What a nice idea. Wouldn't have thought that.
Her voice trails off. Rhetoric. She sounds incredulous about the niceness of the idea. Thought on what exactly? Here. Use my pen. Give her your pen. On second thought, don't sign the papers.
That Everard and the Union have nice plans for anything. I thought they only cared about themselves. Well, I guess Union members have children too.
It's true, the karaoke. It'll give me at least 2% more on the dice roll there. Granted, I did fail the karaoke dice roll. And I made somebody leave, apparently. Rhetoric. And those members have a vote when electing the head of the local chapter. Here, use my pen.
He has a pen and everything.
She takes it from you, a doubtful look in her eyes. Clicks it and places the tip on the paper.
Here you go.
Thank you. Take it back. Wait, why did you sign it?
I shouldn't have.
No. It's a youth center. Why shouldn't you? It means it's Everett, so it's probably a mistake.
Probably, but it is a youth centre and I have children. Got to give them something else to do. They're cute and small now, but they're growing up fast. I had my first drink when I was 11 because I was so bored. Anyhow, you also need Isabel's signature. If it's a bad idea, she won't sign. You'll find she's a tougher nut to crack than me.
Oh, hello there, Hyper. How are you? Logic. Sound logic. Division of labor. She leaves the skepticism to the skeptic. Authority. Sounds like Isabel is the leader around here.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
I was asked to get your signature. Hand her the envelope.
Eh? What's this about? Come now, I can't read all this scribble. Tell me what it says.
Everett wants to turn part of the village into a little youth center. It's just a real estate deal, nothing ominous. Actually, never mind. I won't bother you with this.
Huh. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village is gonna be a street. The best part. The part we need to get out of our houses. I see Lillian's name is already here. The girl is too trusting. Either way, I won't sign union papers.
She hands the envelope back to you. What do you have against the union?
I've seen it all before. You think they've got our interests at heart? Rich men are always selling poor men promises we never plan to keep.
She pulls a dark red rag out of the bucket and puts it back.
Then the poor get pushed out of their homes and the rich get a little richer. That's the way it goes. So, no, I don't trust the fat man, and neither should you.
A rhetoric. In her mind, the Union is right-wing because Everett is fat. It's that simple, and there's no changing it. Composure. She's headstrong, but there's a slight hesitation in there. You may be able to convince her. Suggestion. 42%. Convince her to sign Everett's document. +1. Everett's a good name. And +1. Trusts the tenant. Goodbye. Let's see. I do not have a point. I'm going to have to...
The policeman. I hope the wave...
Success. Suggestion. Logic and reason won't work on this old bat. Better go for shameless emotional manipulation. What's a grandmother's deepest vulnerability? Island Empire. Does this feel like a good thing, though? What's going to happen to Lillian's kids? The twins and little Lily. I'm gonna find another way.
What do you mean? What's going to happen? We are gonna grow up, of course. I raised my own kids in this village, and they are doing fine for themselves.
You must be so proud. Are they here now?
No. They moved to Faubourg for work.
The old woman says, her cloudy eyes darting sideways. And what do you think Lillian's kids are going to do when they grow up?
Well, I imagine they'll grow up and leave too.
Suggestion. You've got her. Now just reel her in. And then what?
Then...
The old woman exhales and stares at the ground, unable to finish the thought. Half-light, you have her. Now twist the knife. Suggestion. Wait, let her come to it herself. Look, this village isn't what it used to be. It's dilapidated. It's a dilapidated shithole. Say nothing.
I don't believe the Fat Man's Youth Center is going to change anything. But what other choice do we have? It's not like the coalition government is coming to save us. I won't be around much longer anyway. Not with the dampness in my bones. If they want to take a chance, who am I to stop them?
You've got to put the kids first. Nod. Shake your head.
Aye, we do. We do. But how do we do that?
You can start by signing these papers. I've got a pen right here. Hand her the documents. Reluctantly, she takes the pen from your hand, scribbles her name on the line, and hands everything back to you.
See that you didn't just get us all screwed. I might be half blind, but I have a good memory for treachery.
Let's go, MacLeod.
Empathy. He's not dissatisfied with you, but with himself. About the document you've signed, Everett plans to muscle you out with construction noises. Let's not tell her that. Let's leave. Okay. Find the cryptozoologist. Find the husband. The doomed hostel. Question. Yeah, totally answered orally in rags. Oh yeah, to return to Andre. Okay, now I did. Put the envelope in the mailbox in the plaza. I think I have to talk to Manana as well while I'm over here. I think he's part of the communists. I can smell the communist on him. Shivers all around you. Rain falls on the great city of Revachol. Rain drips from the eaves and floods the gutters, washing the filth away. Winter's grip on the city is loosening. The spring thaw is here. Finally, what now? Your shirt sticks to your chest. The shoulders of your jacket grow heavy. The cold finds its way under your skin. You shiver. The city shivers with you. Composure. You're not dressed for this weather. You should get an overcoat. Or a patrol cloak. What's in the west? Sheets of rain over the water. A flight of stairs leading into the ocean. Wave after wave washing the coast of Martinaise with its motorboats and gently swaying reeds. The ruins of a half-sunken sea fort crumbling on an inlet beyond the Bay of Revachol. Ghosts rise into the sky. Who are you, ghosts? What is done? What is down the shore? Run your fingers through your dampened hair. Mad Cat still makes controllers. it's because everyone has had a Mad Cat's controller. They didn't use it, they just gave it to, when you had a guest over, you would give them the shitty Mad Cat's controller. That way you had the advantage. What's in the east? Oh, your hair is an oily mess, flecked with ash from neighboring coal plants. Smoke sticks rise somewhere in the distance. What's in the east? There's a frit on the corner. A plastic coat is folded into a small triangle under the counter by the window. Beyond that, the strikebreakers have gathered. The great gates of the industrial harbor are locked. A chill runs down your back. You shudder like an animal trying to shake water from its hide. Clench your teeth and stop shuddering. Shake your shoulders again. True. Yes. Exactly. Behind the gates, heaps of supply crates. Red and blue metal shipping containers. Slick with rain. The Greater Revachol Industrial Harbor is an artificial mountain range. Immense wealth resides within, and immeasurable poverty in its shadow. And beyond that? And before that? Oh yeah, that reminds me, I can go try my luck with the door. But I can try to talk the door open. Shivers. Actually, I don't think I've ever opened it. Like, I know what's in there, but I've never actually opened it during a playthrough. La Dristine, King Driss's passenger harbor. Cruise ships flanked by dock arms. Cranes watch over the mouth of the river Distributary. What's across the Distributary? Huron. The lower middle class, distributary after distributary, cuts the city blocks in half. 7-story buildings trail off into the rain. What's beyond the Huron? A silvery curtain of rain over the houses. The class divide. Rhetoric. You've never been there. They don't need the law east of the river. North? The Cape Side apartments. Tower blocks crowd one another. 4.46 millimeter bullets still lodged in their war-torn stone walls. Hallways collapsed from the mortar hits of a war that was lost long ago. Clotheslines go to waste in the rain. Radios play. Rhetoric. The morning news. And closer to here. A yard. Rain falls onto the roof of a woodshed. The lingering odor of decomposition mixes with that of damp soil. And to the south. A traffic jam. Rain thrumming on the roofs of motor vehicles. Inside, drivers watching water streaming down their windshields. The statue of a king shudders. He too is cold. The canal bridge has been raised. What's on the other side? The road ascends. A raised motorway loops above the ghetto. Beneath its concrete columns, a sea of rooftops, woodwork, and tar stretches northward. 4-story buildings as far as the rain can fall. The snow melt in Jamrock. Where the hood? Where the hood at? Why am I not there? Shudder, look further. Where the hood at? Have a brother in the cut. Where the wood at? Why am I not there? To be in Martinez, where no one goes. At the runoff point of a long-forgotten canal, in the whitest part of town, in the shadow of the city, the revolution failed. What am I doing here? Yeah, sometimes you just get hit with the best dialogue. Out of nowhere. Standing in the rain, looking north, where Jamrock, Rock City, stretches inland. Look further. In the rain-swept distance above the rooftops of Jamrock, a repurposed silk mill stands perched above the motorway exit. Precinct 41 hunches in the rain. Your vision blurs. You wipe your face with your hand. The rain stings your eyes, making you look up and blink. What's above? More coalition aerostatics. Way up there, where rain forms. Rotors flutter silently. Your sight clears. Motherfucker. Finish thought.
This rain will not let up anytime soon. I'd recommend you put on your coat.
Drop the white envelope into the mailbox. Let's see. I knew we'd get to this mailbox for something.
Yes, for sending mail.
Drop the white envelope in there. You drop the white envelope into the darkness. It lands with a soft thud on the sound. Looks like a couple of letters. Reception hearing. About a week's worth of mail has collected in there. They'll empty this very soon. Island Empire. For good or ill, the deed is done.
Let's go back to Everard. This better be worth it after what we did.
Fuck you, mail delivery box. Kick it. No, I'm not gonna do that. Just gonna ignore, just ignore the bad parts. Unfortunately, that seems to be a common theme amongst a lot of music. Rhetoric. There. Do you smell that? Do you smell what the rock is cooking? Smell what? I don't smell anything. Can you not detect the imitatable whiff of dissatisfaction and restlessness, that sense that the world is in need of dramatic and even violent reordering? Close your eyes and take a deep breath. Does that mean there's a communist nearby? Every person in the 1950s, I can smell the communists. Can you smell it now? You inhale the cilia along your olfactory epithelium tingle with excitement as they shift through the swirling amoris of industrial odors. Anyone on Fox News, it's like anytime they bring someone on, they have to smell them first. First come the smells of the agitated strikebreakers, laying layers of body oil and sweat over buttered meals pulled up from BRB lunch pails. The biting stench of lye soap. And then there's the slowly oxidizing metal gates, the scent of stale grease emanating from every crack.
Everything in order, detective?
Well, we can't turn the homeless into biomatter. Yeah, I just spent the last few days with my family. They were, oh God, oh no, is immediately, like literally within the first couple of minutes, it was awful. The lieutenant gives you a quizzical look. It's kind of a personal errand. I'm smelling for communists, Kim. I'm working on developing my political consciousness. Just taking in the morning air, like a normal detective. Oh, also I had some Ohio Valley pizza. It's the decent kind, not the terrible kind. There's a picture of it on the Discord. It was the kind where they actually cook it. Normally, the Ohio Valley pizza is uncooked and gross. Sean Hansey. Smelling for communists.
You're smelling for... You know what? I'll just leave you to it. Carry on, detective.
Yes, I do. I don't really use it very much, but when I do... Here, it's just a exclamation point Discord. Should bring it up. I need to be more active with it, and learn how to use it properly. It is a mark of the lieutenant's respect for you that he does not press you on this decidedly extracurricular errand. Why? Because I'm such a boomer that I have a Discord? Well, I don't know how to use it, so that's the... Just every other VTuber has one. I figured I might as well make one too. I have no idea what I'm doing with it. I'm not. I'm too old. It's past my time. The lieutenant lacks your highly developed politico-olfactory cortex. The reek of communism is undeniable. And it's coming from that railing right there. You mean from Manana? Yes, now your chance to establish contact.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Yeah, I used to use a Reddit, but I can't use that anymore. 'Cause I got fucking banned. 'Cause they kept reporting my content. 'Cause I kept getting bullied off of it. And then now I've just been using Twitter, or X, or whatever you call it, but that site is probably going to go belly up here within the next, like, few months, so I gotta figure something else out. Maybe I should just learn how to use Discord. No one is gonna call it X, exactly. That's just... No, even the people that work there still call it Twitter, so that's not a good sign. And Elon Musk is like, we're gonna remove the block feature, so everyone has to has to see literally everyone else's post no matter what, and can't block people. I've blocked probably thousands of accounts, mostly ads, but also just blue checks in general. Everyone disliked that. Oh, and then somebody, was it James Woods, made a post and was like, this is a really bad idea, like, people are just gonna, like, harass me, what do I do about that? And Elon Musk is like, delete your account. that's... Let's see. Establish contact. Listen, brother, there's something important I need to talk to you about.
What's that, Boya?
He tilts his head slightly. He's also blocked a bunch of other people too. When James Woods is correct, you know that you're on the complete wrong side. Now's your chance. Remember, communists are notoriously skittish, so it's best to insinuate your way in. I'm looking for some people who know how to really grind a sausage, if you know what I mean. That seems more like... That's... it involves our mutual friend, Cross. Put your hand next to your head and curl your fingers like deer antlers. I'm investigating a peculiar smell, one with revolutionary implications. I'm looking for a secret cabal of mole people. I'm looking for a secret cabal of mole people. That's the Alex Jones voice. Grind a sausage.
Have you tried a butcher shop?
It's like the sausage grinder. It involves our mutual friend, Cross. Actually, I want to see... I'm looking for the mole people.
You might have to look elsewhere for help with that.
He scratches his chin. Rhetoric. Okay, maybe it's time to abandon that subtle approach. It involves our friend Kraz.
Don't think I've ever met a Kras personally. Then again, I've never been to Grad.
He narrows one eye at you. I'm investigating a peculiar smell.
Could be coming from one of the jam lorries. Cargo's been sitting out for a while.
Oh yeah, Alex Jones is coming back with a new show. I think, what's his name? Steven Crowder hired him. So, get ready for more Alex Jones. Oh God, I know. What I'm trying to say is, I'm looking for communists, you know any...
Ah, now I see. Can't say I'm surprised. You seem to take your communism seriously. Not a bad thing, mind you. It's good for a man to take time to think about the whole socio-political world picture.
Alex Jones is the least racist 4chaner. That's Ah, now I see. I can't say I'm surprised.
Oh, he certainly likes to take his time with things, especially when politics are at issue.
So you've given up copying and now you're hunting comunistas. Care to say why?
I'm not hunting communists. I'm trying to get organized by them. I'm on a sort of quest to develop my political potential, and I need their help. Honestly, I had a weird dream and now I gotta get to the bottom of it. Trying to get organized.
Oh, I see.
An exaggerated wink.
I wish I could help. Unfortunately, I don't know many comunistas.
I know you said you're not really a communist, but aren't you actually a communist? I thought you union guys were all communists. Are you sure? You smell just like a communist.
Didn't realize you could smell communism. But then, I've never studied the subject.
Half-light. You can smell all sorts of things. Fear, disgust, desire. Not communism, though. Rhetoric. Maybe it's not taught in any of your so-called universities, but there's definitely something going on here.
Ah, but you know, I did meet a genuine ideologo a few months ago. Perhaps he's your guy.
What is an ideologo? How'd you meet him?
You know, a guy with a theory. Someone who likes to pit his theory against other theories in deadly theory combat.
A debate lord, oh no. How'd you meet him?
It was late one night as I was leaving the arbor. He was waiting on the corner in a bright white jacket. Classic Saramerizian style.
So this is that person that he's talking about, the person that we broke into their apartment a long time ago. And they had all of the communist stuff in their room. It's the average Redditor.
He asked me for a light. We shared cigarettes. Then he asked me if I ever thought about getting into some of the extra physical branches of communism.
Electrochemistry. See, all this political chit-chat is just an excuse to rip tar with strangers. Let's say we just skip right to the good part then. Hang on, what does that mean? The extra physical branches of communism. What did you tell him? Not an extremely cool way to establish contact. Wish I thought of that.
No idea. I took it to mean he was asking me to join some sort of underground cell. A very old school organizing technique. The sort of thing comunistas used to do before the revolution.
What'd you tell him?
The same thing I always tell people who try to press some claim on me. I said, every boyadero rides alone.
Okay, how do I find this guy?
I couldn't tell you. Once I declined his offer, we finished our cigarettes and he disappeared back into the night. Just before he melted into the shadows, he turned to me and said, "Remember Dobrava and Abadanais." And then he was gone.
Who are Dobrava and Abadanais?
I don't know. Guess not everyone remembers.
A tight half smile crosses his face. What do you think it means?
Been wondering about that myself. Some comunista inside talk could be. Not meant for the wider public. They love that kind of thing. You'd have to ask someone who knows the ideologo personally. I have to say though, it sounds like you found yourselves a proper hunt.
There. Oh, I can try to open the the container again. Oh, actually, there's the phone as well. There we go. The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the headset. Handset. Let's see, 92% interfacing +2. Heard your name. Let your muscle memory dial a random number. Success. Your fingers run over the dial pad. 005. That's the dialing code for Revachol. 4952. And a moment of hesitation before entering the final number, 993. Calling. Calling. Still calling. Then...
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy. How may I help you?
Perception hearing. The voice of a youngster on the other end sounds as enthusiastic as that of a man walking towards the gallows. What is this place?
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. We rent 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lamy.
No, I meant, what is this place to me? Do you know me?
No.
What is this place?
I don't know. It's a video rental. Maybe you rent videos here.
Why did I call you?
Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period?
My name is Harrier Dubois. Do you have anything on my name?
Let me fire up the machine. Dubois. Dubois. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years, but you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 46. Whoa, not a fun film, that one.
What kind of film is that?
It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant Egidius Wojcik tries to come to terms with the onset of dementia. No wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Maine.
Shivers. On the corner of Voyager and Maine. A large neon sign hangs on the side of the building. Video Revachol 24-hour. It's raining, and there's almost no traffic on the street. A woman's footprints in the mud lead away from the front door. Tiny heels tiptoeing down the road. Beautiful steps, light-footed, with a lifetime ahead of them. You look up, and the air seems to grow darker. Island Empire. Suddenly you feel like you don't want to hear about video rentals anymore. You don't want to hear about any of it. It was all shit. It's over. What was all shit? Kim, I feel sad about Video Revachol 24-hour. We're done. It.
That's enough for you today. Let's conclude this call.
We're done. A giant ass print on the pillow and a pattern of a coffee mug on the armrest. Oh wait, can I go this way? No, I have to go around. Well, let's try to talk the door open. Rhetoric, 42%. +1. Erratic, yet thorough. +1. Been in the world for 2 days. +1. Been in the world for many days. +1. Isolindian dice set. Oh wait, did I say, here, I'll just quick save. I've actually never talked to this person before. I know what's in here, though. Nope. And, as it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric. Maybe you're losing your mind. No, I'm gonna open it. Success. Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, a beacon of light emerges from deep within you. Hello? Is there anybody in there? Cargo container door. The door stands silent.
Satisfied, detective?
A wary smile crosses the lieutenant's face. Rhetoric. Try again. If someone is there, it'd like to talk to you. Well, let's see. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanisms unlock inside the door.
Ahoy! Come on in!
Mega rich light bending guy. From deep within the container, a voice. Ahoy, come inside.
You can't be serious.
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details, but you do feel the overwhelming presence of capital. Physical instrument. The feeling causes all of the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing for review. Squint. Cover your eyes. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter into 1,000 directions. It seems the laws of physics do not apply here. They are suspended, distorted, an echo. Trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. Don't think about it too hard. This reminds me of, you ever see Annihilation? It's like the end of Annihilation. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter, "Hello? What's going on here? Wow."
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
Perception hearing. You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says. It's very strange. An overwhelming hum covers everything. Voice doesn't escape from him.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Who are you? Oh, wait. What you can see of his body appears composed, in a sharp summer suit and yacht shoes. Who are you? We should get back to our investigation. Thanks for your time.
Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
Harrier Dubois.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well.
How did you become so rich? What are you doing in this container? You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money? We should get back to our investigation. How'd you become so rich?
Oh lord, not this again.
What's the matter, Kim?
Oh, nothing. It's just that we've got this murder to solve, and yet you go around asking everyone about money. And every time I ask, are you sure this is related to the case, you say, sure, Kim, I think it is. And yet, it never seems to get us any closer to solving the case.
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in Graz. All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Electrochemistry. And blow. Rhetoric. Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations to do that, but alright. What's it like being an extremely high net worth individual? Cool, but I want to ask you something else.
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really.
You're right, capital accumulation is its own reward. Don't you think that you should use that great wealth for the glory of your fatherland? You're a thief. People out there are working their asses off while you chill here. It's great what you've done. It's great that you've done so well for yourself, but don't you think you owe some of that wealth to the rest of society? Cool, I don't have any interesting replies. The moralist.
Sure, and they benefit when I buy things to stimulate the economy. Do you know how many jobs it takes to build and maintain a racing yacht?
Yeah, It takes a lot to, do nothing, make millions, and make so much money that the laws of physics distort around you and you start, bending light. Jeff Bezos is very close to that. Hundreds, thousands, a million?
Dozens, at least. Of course, in the future, it will all be automated. But my point is this.
He says, jabbing his fingers into the air a bit.
Every man gets what he earns. It's the height of tyranny to take that from him.
Man, being a high net worth individual sounds great. Say nothing.
Capital makes one speechless, does it not? Blinds like the sun that rises from beyond the horizon after a gloomy winter.
Perception sight. Hey. All this talk about money has made you lose the thread. What is going on with the light in this place? That's what you need to ask about. There's something strange about you.
What do you mean?
His essence seems to slightly signify actual surprise. Well, I don't know how to put it, but you look somehow a little different. It's actually nothing. Forget I said anything.
Are you talking about my chin?
No, I mean, I can't even see you. It's as if something is happening to the light. Yeah, it's the chin.
Oh, that's what you mean. Yes, I've heard of this effect, though I've never witnessed it myself, of course. It has something to do with our Weis-Wiesemann coefficient.
Encyclopedia. The Weis-Wiesemann coefficient is a ratio designed to reflect the difference in net worth between individuals. When the coefficient is close to 1, or 100%, it means one person possesses all the net worth among that group of individuals. It's been observed that when the Weis-Wiesemann coefficient reaches about 0.96 or so, the laws of physics begin to bend around the high net worth individual. So what is our coefficient? Are you telling me that you're so rich that light literally bends around your face? What's our coefficient? The Weis-Wiesemann coefficient for you and this individual appears to be 0.9998 repeating. Logic. That's not good. For you. You telling me he's so rich that light literally bends around his face?
Among other things, but calm down. I am but a lowly single-digit billionaire.
Really? I'm calm.
No, not really. There are actually quite many digits.
Suggestion. A man this chill is at least a triple-digit billionaire. Kim, are you seeing this weird stuff?
I see nothing of the sort. To be frank, all I see is a gentleman who's unusually well dressed for Martinez, in a cargo container, which I admit is odd.
So Kim doesn't see it. We are hobo cop. We're so poor that we have messed up the coefficient.
Yes, I imagine that does look strange to you. My container.
Oh, I didn't even realize. If you look at my money in the bottom right of the screen, you can see I have what is that? 4, 5, 6. I have 15 million real. Just by being in his presence. My coefficient has been messed up so much that I have been given millions of real. What are you doing in this container?
Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think. By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
We're in Martinez, a district of Revachol, the former capital of the world. We're in Martinez. That's a pretty good hostel here called the Whirling in Rags. We're in Martinez. There's a cool church here. We're in Martinez. There's a creepy abandoned commercial area here. I really don't know.
Ah, Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stella Maris. I wonder if it's still there.
There probably is. It's a speed run strat. You glitch out of the container, keep all of the millions of real, buy everything.
It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money.
Wait, why don't you help them? You've got so much money, it can't make a difference to you. So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like feeding seagulls. There are always more, and they never seem to do anything interesting with it, except more seagulls.
Yeah, that's why they've trapped him in this shipping container here, to contain his wealth.
Spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that.
So you travel from place to place via shipping container.
But, no, it also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle class after a while. A bit bourgeois.
Ah, so you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. Those things all sound pretty nice. Yeah, that does sound pretty tiresome.
Don't get me wrong. They are nice things, but once you achieve a certain level of wealth, your time and mental space become much more important than material goods.
Empathy. He speaks from the heart. He has very different problems compared to low net worth individuals such as yourself. For example, no problems at all. Ah, so you're saying being rich isn't worth the hassle. Good. And now that we've sorted that out, let me ask you something else.
What? No, I did not say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
You're a rich investor, right? Can I have some money?
Could you please stop asking people for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to look worse than we already do.
But Kim, I also can't afford to look any better than I do now. That's why I need the money. You're right. That was extremely unprofessional. I apologize.
It's perfectly alright. Based on your appearance, I can tell I'm dealing with a smart man. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this?
He's a triple-digit billionaire, and he gave me $3. How much can a banana cost? $10? It gets me almost nothing. Thank you for your kindness. Are you sure you don't have any more? I thought you were a billionaire. Gets me almost nothing.
That's the idea, my friend. You've got to work for the rest. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan. How's that sound?
Suggestion. These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water. 3% conceptualization, let's see. Godly. Present a sound investment plan. Present an investment plan that is sure to fail. That is...
Thanks for stopping by.
Oh, it says, empathy. What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate political opinions somewhere in Martinez. Just pick yourself up by the bootstraps. You must be mistaken. I'm a real radical. That's me, Mr. Reasonable. Sometimes I gotta keep it sane around here. Is that because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff? Isn't it? It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin. But something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom of conscience. First, where is this kingdom of conscience? No more talk. Sign me up. No, I'm too fiery for this watercolor ideology. I'm trying to develop more extreme and interesting opinions. It is not a place, it is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. How do you bring about those circumstances? Incrementally. Electrochemistry. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. Empathy. History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place too quickly. There's a genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment. But what about all the things that are wrong now? Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like? This sounds mega boring. Count me out. Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of future. You may never live to see the kingdom of conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse to not keep working. Logic. What rationality? Composure. What Stangfreud? Volition. What benevolence? Electrochemistry. What a fucking joke. Wait, the kingdom of conscience really about doing things or just preserving the status quo? This is the centrist, the moralist, thought thing. Empathy. Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed? No. Then, you've never lived through real chaos. Sometimes, in the face of great disaster, defending the status quo is progress. Okay, but what's the kingdom of conscience actually like? It's like that, you ever see the Futurama? What is it, the neutral party? I have no strong feelings one way or the other. The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, and even more difficult to describe. partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define the limit and delimit it today. The kingdom of conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual. Sounds incredible. Allons-y. Let's go there right now. That seems fine. I still want to live in the present, though. Man, that sounds kinda terrible. I don't think I want to be a moralist anymore. Opt out. What you want is immaterial. The kingdom of conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly. Yeah, I watched it when it was on Adult Swim. A long time ago.
Welcome back, gentlemen. What can I do for you?
Let's see. Present an investment plan that is sure to fail. These are red checks. You cannot redo them. Failure. Conceptualization. Godly. Failure. Congratulations, you've somehow managed to fail at failing. Which means, in a strange way, that you've succeeded? You should invest in a youth center.
A youth center, huh? What kind of youth center?
Physical instrument. A place to train buff kids. Empathy. A place to teach them practical skills like teamwork and self-discipline. Conceptualization. Come on, tell him what he wants to hear. One dedicated to instilling liberal economic values in children from low net worth families. One to inspire the future leaders of tomorrow to public service.
Brilliant. Without children, who'll be there to buy stuff in the future?
Yes, and if it doesn't work out, you can always repurpose the center as a shopping mall or private equity firm.
When life closes a door, it opens a window, yes? What's the expected return on this?
Highly educated, work-ready human capital, ready to be directed towards any number of your vast interests. With human beings, there's always a risk associated, which is why we've got to hold on to the center itself as a fallback. Conceptualization. You're deep into ultra-liberal territory now. Good work.
Very impressive. You've got a natural eye for unusual investment opportunities.
Thank you. I know.
I don't normally do this without a formal pitch deck, but to hell with it. What's the point of being rich if you have to follow all the rules? Here's the round of seed funding. This should be enough to prove out the concept and get things off the ground.
Wow, $100. Electrochemistry. Cha-ching. What'll it be? Speed? Vodka? Cigarettes? Thank you for placing your unwavering trust in me. Thank you for the handout.
Remember, it's not a handout. It's an investment, and I expect to see returns.
The lieutenant stands there, dumbfounded, his mouth opens slightly, then closes again. Perception side. Is he having a stroke? What do you think, Kim? Not bad, huh? I broke Kim. Oh no, he just conned this guy out of $100. $103, actually. Kim, are you okay? Let's see. Kim, are you having a stroke?
No, I'm not having a stroke. You're just still full of surprises. Most of them bad, but some good.
Composure. The lieutenant has granted you an aura of legitimacy. Bathe in it. But don't let your satisfaction show. Play it cool.
Now, was there anything else I could help you gentlemen with?
No.
The pleasure was mine. I Unfortunately, I must be away soon. The next time we meet, I'll be expecting an update on my investment. Farewell, friend, and may your peace of mind guide you to happiness.
There we go. We got some money. And from a guy so rich he bends light around him. That was interesting. I've never interacted with that guy during a playthrough before, so that was something. Alright, well, that's going to be it for me for tonight. Alright, well, thank you very much for watching, and I'll probably be on again tomorrow. Alright, have a good night.